Rolling?
Yep, we're rolling.
All right. Hummingbird. This song is one of my personal favorites that I've ever written. Honestly, this song just kind of came out of me. That's my favorite time writing songs, is when they just kind of fall out of you. We had just gotten done playing a gig at a small country bar in North Phoenix. I got home and my wife was working. She's a night nurse in downtown Phoenix. So I was home alone. I just finished my gig. I got home. I poured myself a glass of whiskey and I just pulled out my guitar, which I didn't do too often after playing, just because I was kind of burnt out. But I pulled out my guitar and I just started strumming. I love old Western ballads, and I just kind of started playing some chords, and I don't know where I got the idea for Hummingbird, honestly, but I just started singing. And when I first started writing it, Hummingbird kind of was almost like a filler word, and I was a little skeptical of it because I say hummingbird so many times, which in my mind was a no-no in writing a song. You know, you don't say the same word multiple times, but I don't know why, it just felt really good. It felt natural, and it was just fun to sing and play. And I kind of ended up formulating this story and taking myself back to when I was a kid. And I later found out that Arizona is actually the hummingbird capital of the world, which I didn't know at the time. But growing up, we always had hummingbirds in our backyard. There would be hummingbird nests with eggs and the whole thing. And I remember being a kid and playing out at the pool, playing in the backyard. And, sometimes I would be playing and we'd be running around. I'd be wrestling with my brother and we'd be doing our thing. And every once in a while there would be this moment where a hummingbird would just kind of interrupt whatever we were doing or whatever I was thinking about. It would just fly kind of right in front of you, and it would just stare at you for 2 to 3 seconds, and then it would just buzz off. And I just remember that moment, which happened multiple times, always being mesmerizing. And it almost felt spiritual in a weird way, where this hummingbird would fly up to you and it would just be like this moment. And I think God speaks to us through nature all the time, and that was a moment where I just felt like this peace every time I would see this hummingbird. And at the end of the song, I mentioned this hummingbird reminds the main character or the narrator of a woman named Ruby. And Ruby is my great grandma's name, and the reason that that's special is because I remember my great grandpa. Every time I'd go and see him, he was an old man. He was a World War II chaplain, and he just was so in love with his wife. And when she passed away, it just completely broke him. And every time I'd see him, all he would talk about was Ruby. All he'd talk about was his wife that had passed away. And so it's interesting. Actually, we've been playing this song live, and I'll tell that story, and I'll have people come up to me every show and say, a hummingbird always reminds me of this person, or reminds me of this person that passed away, and thank you, like that song speaks to me. And I don't know why I wrote that, or and so I think for me that song has just put words to something that I've always experienced, this like special connection with hummingbirds. And so I hope it connects with y'all, and I hope you love it.